So I was reading in the comments today, somebody was asking me, why don't you promote yourself and drive sales on your YouTube channel? And there's a few reasons. One is I don't want to do that because this is a channel that I created and it's called Fantastic Tales of Pro Audio. And my idea was to just tell stories that are pro audios related that happened to me or happened to someone else that I thought were interesting. It's not about driving any sales. Yes, I still have my dealership and yes, I can sell gear, but I'm not looking for any new clients either. I've said this before. Anybody who's dealt with me in the last 40 years, and there's a ton of people, if they need help, they get in touch with me and I'll help them out. But as far as looking for new sales, I'm not interested anymore. So the other reason I don't really push for new sales is I feel like the pro audio industry is just dead or it's dying because where I could talk to somebody and tell them about a piece of gear, and a lot of times I like to prove to somebody that this is the piece of gear for them. So bring them a pair of speakers or let them borrow a mic pre, so it gets to that point. I can't do that anymore. So it's really, me convincing somebody, and I don't like that. I think the way is I show you, and I love the feedback when I show somebody a pair of speakers and they go, "Oh my God, I can hear so much more," and you just see their faces light up, and you see them wanting to dive into fixing what they're hearing of their mix. I thought that was an incredible thing. But the other thing is, I set up a website, and and if you go to studiologicsound.com, you can see the website there. Hasn't been updated for a while. And if you look, you can't pay for anything. And the reason for that is it took me forever to put this website together. Tom Volpicelli helped me put it together, and he did the majority of the work. And when people were clicking on something to buy it, I was getting there was a lot of shady stuff going on. So it got to the point where every sale I would see coming through, I didn't know who the person was. I looked up their address and it was like the corner of some place that was a empty parking lot, or it didn't exist at all, or things were very, very shady. And the thing with that kind of situation is they either use PayPal to pay or use a credit card. And they have this thing called a chargeback. And so if somebody charges on their credit card and then they say, well, I never got the product or I'm not happy with it, the credit card company will just take that money back out of your account. And sometimes they won't even ask for the equipment. So somebody charges a $5,000 compressor on their credit card. I ship it out to them. They go, I never got it. And I could show them with tracking numbers and everything, and they go, "Oh, I never got it." The credit card company always seems to side with the customer, and I'm out $5,000, and I can't find where the piece went. And I did this many, many times, and there was all kind of shady business going on. So that's why I shut it down, and I only deal with people that I know. The other thing that's going on in the pro audio industry is everybody wants everything yesterday. They can't wait a day. And before I used to talk to people and put the package together, and they go, "Okay, George, just order everything." And it would take a week for stuff to come in, which is normal because it was coming from California most of the time, but sometimes from Boston or that. And they had no problem waiting. Now people don't want to wait. They want stuff quickly. And the other thing that people want is they want to finance things because they really can't afford to pay the prices for these things. So I don't have a Studio Logic Sound credit card like some of these companies do. And I've talked to some banks, and they don't want to offer it to you unless you're doing X amount of dollars. And even if you're doing that, they're not really crazy about giving it to you. So you got that working against you. So it just, to me, it just doesn't seem like a good idea. And the other thing that I don't like promoting my company was I don't like people coming to under false pretenses. I want people that come to this YouTube channel to listen to stories. I don't want them bombarded with, hey, buy from me, or hey, I got a sale going on, or hey, subscribe, or whatever the people keep on asking people. I'd like to keep it short and sweet, and if it's longer, it's all interesting stuff that you can listen to. And maybe I'm rambling on, but this thing got me a little, I'm not annoyed, but it just seemed like I need to talk about this rather than just say, here's why we don't do it. So, in a nutshell, it's Fantastic Tales of Pro Audio. So it's all going to be stories. No reason to promote my company. No reason to promote any kind of sales. No reason to do any of that stuff. So there you go. I hope that answers the questions. There's one other thing I wanted to say about selling gear. And people have gotten to the point where they are totally fine paying map price or list price and not negotiating anything cheaper. I've done other videos where I said, hey, there's demo deals. You can call people directly, get it cheaper, but nobody seems to be interested in doing that. And the trade-off is people are totally fine paying the higher price and financing it, which means they're going to pay even more money for this piece of gear. And I usually can, beat anybody's price, and not because I wanted to do that. It just, that was a fair thing to do. I made a fair profit, and I sold it to people. And I remember someone telling me, a good client of mine, he said, oh, George, I'll just go to Sweetwater. I go, tell me what they're selling it for. And he would tell me, I said, well, this would be my regular price, just you walk it off the street. And he said, wow, that's pretty cheap. I go, yeah. And why don't you just buy it from me? He says, well, I'm going to buy it from you. But most other people, you give them a better price, and it doesn't mean anything unless you can finance it and get it to them the next day. You go, just wait a few days or wait a week, get it cheaper, and pay with another way, with just a credit card or something like that. But it doesn't make a difference anymore, and that's kind of the reason. That's another reason that I'm just not interested in looking for new customers, because it's an uphill battle trying to convince people. Go, here, it's a better price, so wait a few days, I'll get it for you, and they're not interested. So there you go.